Sky 7 shows you the scene over the Port of Oakland earlier this morning, where you can see a couple of hundred protesters, Occupy protesters, blocking the port's gates and delaying truck traffic.
Right now, they are gone. Look at the picture. The morning shift has apparently ended. Sky 7 shows you there is still a police presence there. Demonstrators promise to return. Good morning, I'm Kristen Z.
And I'm Cheryl Jennings. We have live team coverage. Katie Marzullo has reaction from port officials at the Office of Emergency Services.
But let's begin with Amy Hollifield, who's at the port with more on today's protest. Amy?
Well, Kristen, the protesters just left within the last 30 minutes. They tell me they took off because they consider the morning a success, because they say they were able to shut down the morning shift. This is the early shift of protesters. This group marched from the West Oakland BART station to the Port of Oakland before the sun came up, even though the mayor of Oakland and some union leaders had asked them not to do this.
For starting at 5:30 in the morning, I think it's a pretty great turnout. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, I think the power of the people is extremely inspirational.
The group split up once it hit the Port of Oakland around 6 o'clock and blocked two entrances used by trucks trying to get the goods to the ships.
Corporations have to come in here and deliver their goods, and it has to be transported into California. And so by saying no, you can't give that here because we don't want corporate greed. Instead, we want our jobs back.
I'm going to lose $300-400 today.
Independent truck drivers say they're the ones who are hurt the most by this protest. Oakland's mayor and some union leaders had asked the Occupy protesters to consider the wages these drivers will lose if they shut down the port. The activists say the drivers will ultimately benefit from the cause.
One day, it's rough, but they can take this one day. Ultimately, we want them on our side. We want them to know that we're doing this for them.
They're full of crap because they're not making a truck payment. Me and him, we all got truck payments, and we're sitting here losing money.
At 8:45, it appeared this protest might be coming to an end. Police in riot gear moved in and formed a line between protesters and the front gates. But after a few minutes, a handful of officers went through the gate, while the rest of the police pulled back. Protesters say they consider the morning a success and look forward to the action plan for later today.
At 3 o'clock, there'll be I wouldn't be surprised, there's 8,000 or 9,000 people here.
Yeah. You can still see some trucks sitting here. They're not moving. There are police officers here at the entrance of the port, but no activity in and out. Protesters say that's because there are not any workers on the inside to unload the trucks because they say they shut down the shift. So they're calling this a success, and they say they will be back out here later to shut down the night shift. It was a peaceful morning. No one was hurt and no arrests were made. Live in Oakland, Amy Hollifield, ABC 7 News.
Thank you, Amy. Katie Marzullo continues her coverage now at Oakland's Office of Emergency Services. Katie, when will port officials give us another update?
We do expect an update coming up soon, but in the meantime, this is where they're holed up and they're being briefed on what to do out there. Until we get that next briefing, word here officially is there was never any port shutdown.
There are disruptions throughout the maritime area, again, hurting workers and working families and slowing down operations, but we are operational.
Slow operations would seem better than no operations, but time is money for truck drivers.
They want people to make money, but yet they're trying to stop us. I wish they'd go occupy a job somewhere.
This driver was at his breaking point at 7 a.m. when he should have been inside the gates, starting to unload.
They're stopping people from making their money. There could be little incidences out here.
Port officials say keeping the peace is a top priority.
And we want to ensure everybody's safety and security out there, minimize disruptions, but of course respecting people's First Amendment rights. It's a very fluid situation, and we're monitoring it very closely.
We do expect to hear from officials again here. Originally, it was going to be at 11. It has been pushed back to noon or so, and that'll be the next update officially from OES about what's happening out at the port. Since we can't bring it to you in this newscast, we will stream it live for you on abc7news.com. Live in Oakland, Katie Marzullo, ABC 7 News.
All right, Katie, thanks a lot. As we reported, today was billed as an all-day protest. At 3 p.m., a rally will be held near Frank-Ogawa Plaza at 14th Street and Broadway. That will be followed by another march to the port. Also, an additional march will take place at 5 p.m. from the West Oakland BART station to the port. In Southern California, Occupy LA protesters have ended a 4-hour demonstration at the Port of Long Beach Police made only one arrest as about 200 demonstrators gathered near a shipping terminal. Demonstrators briefly blocked a major roadway but caused no major disruptions to operations. The Port of Long Beach is the nation's second busiest, just behind the Port of New Orleans.